growing pains.
I know.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, have you noticed now that you have 2 locations, the lines have gotten the same or stayed the same or gotten shorter? Like,
yeah, so far,
you're serving 2 different demographics now.
Yeah.
I Am Consciously Curious, a podcast for those that are searching for meaning and fulfillment in their lives. My name is Victor Chan, and I'm on a mission to find out why people do what they do. I've interviewed white-collar to blue-collar, entrepreneurs to passion projects, and life is just too short to not produce meaningful work. Thanks for tuning in. How we doing?
Good. How are you?
We are good. Happy to see you. Happy to meet you.
Same.
We're live, everyone. We have Hannah in the studio from Tilly Bagel Shop.
Yes.
I feel like there's a bagel renaissance in the city.
Yeah.
At the moment,
it's happening.
Is it friendly competition?
Yes. Yeah. I don't know why I said but yeah, it is. It's all happening like at once. Like it kind of started at, during COVID.
Yeah. When
I started it, I didn't start the Renaissance. But
yeah, but like, during the pandemic, people were baking a lot.
Exactly.
And I wouldn't have thought, at the time, sourdough was the thing, but, it could be sourdough bagels as well. And
yep.
Would you attribute the pandemic a lot to this rise in now, like years have gone by and now brick and mortars are popping up?
Definitely. With the pandemic, I mean, in the restaurant industry, we were all furloughed and stuff. So people were just trying to find like stuff to do, ways to make money for one. And that's how I started the bagels, was during the pandemic, just selling them through Instagram. But I feel like everybody else too was kind of doing the same thing with like pop-ups, and the whole pop-up culture is like really huge right now too. Just making your stuff out of like a shared kitchen and then selling it at a bar or whatever.
Or even before that, it's out of your home.
Right, exactly.
This like cottage food license type thing. And even, sometimes you kind of ask for forgiveness afterwards and you're just experimenting. This is kind of like pre-farmers markets. Like you're just doing your thing, experimenting and see if there's a demand for this.
Definitely. Yeah. And I definitely attribute the pandemic to all of that. Like, so there's like some small blessing in the pandemic for that front.
Well, I know your relationship with bagels span like really far back.
Yeah.
But what about your inquisitiveness into your relationship with like work-life meaning, and it evolves over time, right? Especially as we put more weight towards our personal life, work means a little less and less. But Annie, one of our last guests, said that she puts a lot of meaning towards the time spent with her family and her kids.
Yeah.
But that being said, any time spent away from her kids has to be that much more meaningful.
For sure.
And so, like when did that first dawn on you?
I mean, honestly, during the pandemic, before that, I was working in fine dining at night. So my schedule was literally from like 9 a.m. to 11 p.m., 5 days a week.
Wow.
And then my husband, he just worked like a 9 to 5 at the time. So it was super hard for us to hang out at all because we'd be like completely opposite schedules.
Yeah.
My days off were like Tuesday, Wednesday, and then his were obviously Saturday, Sunday. So it's been really nice just being able to like be with him like throughout this whole entire thing, because it is me and him who own the bagel business now. And again, like if we weren't furloughed and everything for the pandemic, like that would not have happened. I probably would still be working in restaurants, to be honest.
So how long did you have those separate schedules, and what did it put a strain on the relationship, or did you have, because what if the pandemic never happened? Like,
I know.
Like I was going to ask, like, did you have this vision of eventually working together, but if it wasn't for the pandemic, you might have not, right? So it's like, how straining was that?
It was really hard. We pretty much our entire relationship, we were like opposite schedules.
Okay.
We got married almost 2 years ago now, but we've been together for 8 years. So
wait, same. Well, not 8 years. I was coming on with 5 for us,
nice.
but almost married 2 years.
Nice.
And we were a pandemic success story.
Oh, okay.
Our little first date was in what I deemed an alleyway next to Wrigley Field. But it was like pizza and beer in an alley, had to be outside
Nice.
type thing. And I guess after listening to your previous episodes, I'm curious as to, because a lot of people are struggling with dating and online dating.
Oh, yeah.
We're a Hinge success story too.
Okay,
right?
nice.
Their moniker is like meant to be deleted or something like that. I guess, what would you attribute your success in, at least with Mike, to? Because are there still good guys out there?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I think, I mean, we both are just like in it for the long run, basically. I like both of us together. We're like kind of opposites in a way, personality wise. Like he's very blunt and straightforward, and I'm very much like a little reserved and like kind of like not passive, but I'm just very much like, okay,
more observant.
Yeah, exactly.
Kinda waiting for the right time.
Yeah. But I mean, the schedule that I was working when I was in like fine dining definitely did put like a strain on the relationship. It was great, but it's just like never saw each other.
Yeah.
Ever.
It wasn't immediately complimentary.
Yeah.
You had to like kind of move, like shift perspectives or shift things around in order to be complimentary.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, because I would get off at like 11 p.m.
Yeah.
and then thankfully there was like a restaurant right downstairs from our apartment that like served food late. So like once a week he would like come down at 11 p.m. and like eat dinner with me.
Wow.
Yeah. It was just crazy. Like I asked like my bosses at the time, like if there's any way that I could get like one Saturday off a month.
Yeah.
And they're like, no. So I'm like, okay, great. But that's definitely like those moments definitely like pushed me to want to do my own thing eventually.
Yeah.
Because I mean, right now, like with my staff, whenever they want time off or whatever, I'm just like,
benefits and everything. Yeah.
So I'm really big on like work-life balance, just because I know the complete opposite of it.
It should come back around. You know, this ability to take care of themselves should come back around.
Yeah.
And they should be multiple perspectives in the sense of like they see the work that you're putting in to protect their livelihood, and you would hope that it comes back around.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Do we have any advice for anyone that's tired of like first dates?
I mean,
how do we just like encourage others to like believe and take like have a leap of faith that there are still good people out there?
Yeah, I think my advice would be maybe like step out of your like comfort zone a little bit. Like maybe go for someone that is not maybe your type.
Okay.
Like branch out a little bit. Because if you keep having these first dates and they're not going well, like maybe
like you're saying no to other people that you might have a connection with down the line.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. What about people that are tired of online dating? I think the most common advice is to, join a running group or like join something that you actually enjoy doing for yourself. Like typically you find someone when you least expect it.
Right.
And so when you're having your glow up, whether that's taking a pottery class or a painting class or a baking class, and you just bump into people.
Yeah, I would say that just meeting people kind of out in the wild. Maybe I shouldn't endorse this, but like people that you work with too.
That's wild. Yeah.
I mean, I have a long history in the restaurant industry.
Oh, it's incestuous. Oh my goodness.
I know all about that.
It is as well in healthcare.
Yeah.
In emergency medicine specifically, but healthcare, you'll see a lot of it's across the board, across lines in the sense of like physicians and nurses and firefighters, paramedics, cops.
Yep.
It's all over the place. So yeah, it happens. But it muddies the water a little bit. It really depends on your intention. Because not everyone's intention is pure or... Well, let me take a step back. As long as your intentions are clear to whoever you're, partnering with.
Right.
I guess that's the key. Okay.
Yeah.
Not to go way off the rails at the moment, but did you share when you started establishing when you became mindful about, like, was that pre-pandemic? Was that high school age? I know you had this, you went to pastry school, right?
Yeah.
In Valencia.
Yep.
But even before then, you had this, and how lucky are we to have, I have one of my best friends, Jake, he would have an uncle, an unrelated, like, non-blood uncle that would drop off a dozen bagels every Sunday.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so the ability to experience that, and I wonder, was it just expected? Was it just like, oh, we're having bagels today?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it goes back to when I was growing up. Like every Sunday, my dad would go to the bagel store that was like in our town. There was only like one there. Shout out to Bagel World. It no longer exists.
Is this also in, what is it, Titusville?
Yeah, Titusville.
Okay.
And the bagels were amazing. And he would come every Sunday and bring like a dozen for us. Like a mixture of like all different kinds, but he would always get like a blueberry bagel just for me with like a little thing of blueberry cream cheese, because that's like my favorite, and definitely was at the time too. But that's kind of like where it started for me with like loving bagels.
Yeah.
And that was like since I was born, basically. It was really special too because my dad was a truck driver, so he was like not around a ton. He was, but like definitely come and go on the road a lot. But on Sundays, he would like always make sure to do that. So it was just like a extra like special thing.
So kind of like, would you see him like once a week then, or twice?
Yeah, it would be in the evenings for sure. Like probably like 4 times a week, but like definitely Sundays is when he would be there, like in the mornings.
Yeah. So in addition to the weekly bagel drops, would you guys take like family vacations together, or is he retired now?
Yeah, he's retired. Oh. But vacations every now and then.
Yeah.
We're from Florida, so we would go to like Cocoa Beach, which is like only like 45 minutes away from my hometown, but we would stay like on a little condo there for the weekend type of thing. We are very big on just like small vacations.
Okay.
So, and then my grandparents used to live in Vermont, so we went to Vermont like one Christmas, which was awesome.
Wow.
So.
Yeah, Vermont's pretty. Northeast is really pretty.
Yeah.
Did that leave any impact as to when you start thinking about your future, like your ability to spend time with family?
Yeah, definitely. Okay. I always like used to compare myself to him. Like when I was like back in the restaurants, I was like, I'm really like my dad with like how much I'm like a workhorse.
Was that surprising?
No. Yes and no.
Yes and no, right?
Yeah.
Like maybe you once told yourself like, I don't want to work that much, and then here we are grinding it all day.
Yeah, but I love it, so it was always cool.
I think there's an era. There are eras, right? And so it's definitely early 20s, mid 20s is that era to soak up as many experiences as possible for that time, for that next era of mastery, for you to start delegating,
right?
And becoming more of an idea person.
Yeah.
So how lucky are we to now have this team that allows us to record a podcast in the middle of a Tuesday morning?
Yeah, delegating definitely has been like the biggest challenge for me throughout this whole thing, just because I am still like very much like, oh, I'll do it. Like I can do it all. And then after a while, I'm like, okay, well, maybe I can't work the overnight shift from 10 to 6 a.m. and then work the whole day after that, 4 days in a row. Like maybe I just can't do that. So.
At a time, was there something motivating you to continue to persevere through that?
I mean, yeah, that was for the bagel shop. So that was just.
But you did that a lot, like as well, right? For the restaurants.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean,
pastries.
Especially like in the restaurant industry, it's all about like or at least I will say like I think a lot has changed since COVID with like work-life balance in restaurants. But before COVID, it's all about just like kind of climbing the ladder, and like the person who's there like at the beginning and end of the shift, like they're like the hardest working, you know.
Yeah,
so they're
it's the unsung hero, you know.
Yeah.
You're not, because you're not. It's not. You don't see that, you know.
Right. Right.
Wow. But bagels wasn't the initial thought. It was what, cakes, like pastries and cakes.
Yeah. So originally, when I like first got into food, I was like obsessed with the Food Network, and I used to watch Ace of Cakes all the time, which was like the cake decorating show on Food Network. I loved that show, so I wanted to be a cake decorator. And this was like before high school.
Can you, if you remember why? Like, is it because it was difficult? Is it because you wanted to put specific designs on a cake?
Yeah, I think I loved like the creative aspect of it, really.
I'm sure you've seen those reels where
No.
it's like, this is a cake. Like, and people just like cut into it. It's like,
Yeah.
what? That was a cake?
I know. Yes, is this cake? Yeah, I love those. Yeah, I just loved like the creative aspect of it, and the baking part too, like making the buttercreams, the cakes themselves. And then once I got into culinary school for baking, that's kind of when I decided that I did not want to do cakes anymore.
Well, and what did you experience in your culinary class in high school?
So that
was it more broad, more generic?
Yeah, it was a little generic. We did like kind of everything.
Yeah.
There was like a weeks long like sauces like class or whatever, and then like we would do like meat stuff, and just kind of like a broad culinary thing in general. But it was more than like just like your typical like home ec class like in high school. Like the chef was like he used to own a restaurant, and he went to the Culinary Institute of America, so he was like a big like an actual chef.
They outsourced an instructor.
Yeah, he worked for the high school, but he did go to the culinary.
Okay. So they brought him in-house. Okay.
Yeah.
That's great. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
It makes you think, like, now as a leader and someone that's also in a role to teach, how much do we share to stoke inspiration but not overwhelm?
Yeah, I'm really big on that. I'm also like, I'm just very much like a hands-on person. So I'll be like standing right next to you, showing you how to do everything, showing you the right way. I'm very much not like a list person who like just says like, okay, here's a list of how you put stuff together.
Yeah.
I am in like some aspects for like prep lists and stuff, but if I'm like actually showing you how to like put cream cheese on a bagel or whatever, I'm gonna be there for the next like 10 orders.
Which seems opposite to staging and like throwing you in the deep end.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I am like an advocate for like, you need to like kind of go underwater sometimes to like figure out, but with guidance.
Well, what a privilege it is to show. I had a chef on recently, and like they have a smaller kitchen, and so it's in larger kitchens you don't have this opportunity to work shoulder to shoulder with the executive chef.
Yeah.
And so you put yourself in a position to be able to show and demonstrate.
Yep.
That's great. That's wonderful. If that's what you've wanted, you did it.
Yeah. That's the goal. I'm also just like really particular about stuff too.
Yeah.
So,
well, it makes it easier for you to let go when it's that time.
Exactly. Because then I'm like, okay, like I was next to them like for all this time, like they got it.
You were the one that showed them, so you have certain expectations when they're free to go.
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly.
Gotcha. And then was it so you enjoyed that high school class so much that did you have any other options at the time? You're all in on culinary, and was Valencia the only option at the time?
Yeah, there was another like state college near where I grew up, but Valencia they had a really good, or they still do have a really great culinary program. So it's a state college, so I think they have like 4-year programs now, but at the time it was just a 2-year like associate's degree in baking and pastry. And all of the chefs were amazing. It was really like hands-on, of course. And we had some really great opportunities too. So we got to go to Florence, Italy for like 2 weeks on like a little study abroad thing, which was awesome. And then I did my internship in Florence also for 3 months at the end of my time there. So
okay. So did you consider any out-of-state culinary programs?
No, just for like cost-wise.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. A lot of people go to like Le Cordon Bleu or like the Culinary Institute of America and stuff like that. But
were you commuting from home?
Yeah. Okay. I was for like the first year, and then I eventually got an apartment in Orlando, where Valencia is.
Wow.
But yeah, culinary schools are just extremely expensive. I think overpriced.
Why do you think that is?
I mean, from experience, like, I mean, I just have like the 2-year degree just from the state college, and I feel like I know just as much as someone who went to the Culinary Institute of America. Just saying.
Yeah, no, I mean, and culinary programs have shut down as well.
Right, exactly.
It's like I wonder why it needs to be so expensive. And if it was less expensive, they would have more people.
Yeah.
We've had a mixed bag of guests that have completed / left culinary school in the middle of it.
Yeah.
If you can make the argument that you would get more experience in a professional kitchen, then why do that? So
yeah.
I guess, like, what is their argument for such high costs?
Right. I do recommend doing like maybe like a couple classes, like a certificate program or something, just because there are like some basic fundamentals that they go over in culinary school or baking school that are like vital, I think.
Yeah.
And
like, take what you need, leave what you don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then definitely like working on the job is where you're going to learn to like work in a restaurant. So.
Yeah. I love Florence. What did you gain or experience in your initial 2 weeks there that led you to want an internship for 3 months?
I loved it. I mean, Italy is, and especially like Florence, in the like Chianti region and everything, or Tuscany, is just so beautiful. The food is like amazing. Mainly like the food, and the people there are so nice.
Well, there's this appreciation across the board for just handmade food.
Exactly. And it's all that there. And when we did the 2 weeks there, it was through a school there called Florence University of the Arts.
Okay.
So we got to like work in like a little bakery there just for the 2 weeks for that first time I was there. And we made like some cakes and stuff with the chefs, and it was a really cool experience. But then we also like toured like a Parmesan factory, cool. Which is cool, and like a prosciutto factory, wow. Balsamic vinegar. So we did like a lot of stuff in that 2 weeks. And then when I went back for the 3 months, I was interning at FUA. So,
oh, wow.
So I was working in that little bakery there.
So they would the school, because I know Kendall does this as well, have their own restaurant or bakery as well. Then?
Yeah.
Okay, where the public can kind of come and consume.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, it was called a Fedora. So that was a really awesome experience. Just learning all about like Italian pastries and like working with like these Italian chefs was amazing.
Did it ever dawn on you that you could probably like cook there or teach there ever?
I mean, yeah, I definitely did not want to leave at the end of the 3 months, and the chef was like, "Oh, you can stay," and I'm like, "Okay, well, my visa's expiring, but thank you though."
I took a pasta making class in Florence from a Seattle transplant, and he was the one that enlightened us about bruschetta rather than bruschetta.
Oh, yeah.
Stuff like that. It's just like, this is cool.
Yeah. They love to talk about that. Yeah. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, they're like, it's bruschetta, not bruschetta. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. I guess even like, so right before that, like what made you want to pivot away from making cakes then?
Yeah. I think we had like in pastry school, there's like a class and like a semester's worth of like every single type of pastry. And there was a class just for cakes. And I don't know if I just like didn't really like my teacher that much in that class.
Yeah.
She was kind of just like all over the place.
The importance of a good teacher.
Yeah. Or what, but it was just, that's when I realized I was like, maybe not, like maybe I could just do other pastries. And then at that time, I already did like a bread class and like other like pastry classes. So I was like, this one is not my favorite.
Yeah.
So.
Did you start to realize that you were better at certain things rather than others? Like it came naturally to you as opposed to maybe other students in the class?
Yeah, I mean, kind of, this sounds really conceited, but kind of all of it. No.
Oh, really? That's amazing.
Yeah. Like I always just liked every aspect of everything, especially the breads class, especially like the petit-four class.
What is that, petit-four?
It's like a little like small cakes basically.
Okay.
Like kind of like they look like Italian cookies. There's basically anything, any type of like cake like in like a inch by inch square is like a petit-four.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Or petite four. That's how it's spelled out.
Okay. I'll keep an eye out.
Yeah. They're really good. Or like the chocolates class I loved too. But yeah, I just always liked every aspect of the class, even the cakes class with like the not so great teacher.
Great. Yeah.
It was good.
So that's the era where you're collecting all your dots before you're connecting the dots.
Exactly.
In Florence, were you continuing to search for different things? So if it wasn't cakes, then like what was that next thing, and what were you doing to help you realize what that next thing could be?
Yeah, I spent a lot of time there making cookies. That was like, it sounds kind of boring, but every day when I would go there, I would make these sablé cookies, which is just like kind of like a shortbread cookie, but I would make like hundreds of them like right when I got in. And it'd be like we would roll out the cookie dough and like cut them with like a ruler, like really like prestigious like cuts. So that was like 2 hours of my day when I first got there. And then we would do like focaccia and croissants also, which was fun. But those cookies, I'll never forget.
Would you have weekends off at all?
Yeah.
And so would you try to kind of do a weekend trip somewhere?
Yes, I did a lot of traveling while I was there. I went to like Amsterdam, and I went to like other parts of Italy, like Rome, Venice, Cinque Terre, and then I went to Barcelona also. Since the internship was like through like another school, FUA, they had like these programs. It was called Bus to Alps, where it's like a company that like takes the students like to all these other places.
Wow.
So we would just like take a bus. Like one time we took a bus to Oktoberfest in Munich.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think it was like a 10-hour bus ride, but yeah.
Is there any part of you that wanted to spend some time in France or Paris at all?
Oh, I went to Paris too. Yeah.
During that time?
Yes.
Oh, shoot.
There was like a little like break, kind of like spring break. I went in the fall, but there was like a little fall break. So during that time is when I went to Amsterdam, and then went to Paris for like 4 days. So that was great.
And how would you compare that for your experience wise, like to your to what you were soaking up in Italy?
To be honest, like the pastries in Italy are a little similar to France. They would hate to hear me say that. They would hate to hear me say that, but it's just the truth. Yeah. Italians like adopted like a lot of pastries from France. It's just the truth. Yeah. But at the time too, I was obsessed with French macaroons.
Oh, okay.
So there's this macaroon place in Paris called La Durée. It's like really famous, and I think I went there like 3 times when I was there. They have like a little cafe, but I was obsessed with macaroons. But yeah.
Pastries, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So as your 3-month internship was coming to a close, and you're, begrudgingly coming back. It's just like, what was that next step? Is it graduation at that time for Valencia?
Yeah. So I graduated.
It was, so post-graduation.
This was, no, after.
That internship.
Yeah. I did the internship and then graduated after.
Gotcha.
And then after that, is when I started working at the Hyatt Grand Cypress in Orlando.
Okay.
That was great.
So are there a lot of people that are doing Disney World at the same time?
Yeah, exactly. So the Hyatt also is like right next to Disney World.
Okay.
So it's definitely like one of those resorts in Orlando. One of the professors / chefs at Valencia was the executive chef at the Hyatt also. So he kind of got me the job there essentially because I knew him from school.
Yeah.
So he would definitely like poach like a lot of Valencia students to like work at the Hyatt at the time.
Yeah.
So, but it was great.
So what was your role? Pastry chef?
I was a pastry cook. Yep.
Pastry cook. Okay.
Yep. Okay. So at that hotel, it was like obviously huge. I'm trying to think of like the size of the kitchen for the bakery. It was just massive, as you can imagine. But there, we did a lot of catering, banquet stuff. But then there was also like a really nice restaurant on the property that we did the desserts for too. And then we would do like room service desserts. And then like there was another restaurant on the property too that we did desserts for. So it was just like a lot. There was like 12 of us on staff, like all the time, just doing pastry stuff.
And were you very thoughtful as far as like just this soaking up mentality of just like, I'll take on any role. I just want to learn.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I just really wanted to have a job like in the field that I went to school for. And this worked out perfectly. Also, the chef from Valencia, he, a lot of the same stuff for pastry was how it was at school too, like same recipes and stuff even.
So familiar.
Yeah. So it was very familiar. It was just like on a much higher volume scale.
Okay.
So.
And I know you had a trip to Chicago, but did you consider any other cities or states to try your hand in more pastries? Yeah.
So originally I wanted to move to New York.
Okay.
Because I just thought like New York is the place to be for restaurants, blah, blah, blah. But it turns out New York is very expensive to live. Turns out. So I kind of chose, or I chose Chicago because I was like, I just love this city and it's way better than New York. So
what was that initial trip to Chicago?
Yeah, I just came up to visit a friend first, and he was working at, I knew him from working at Hyatt, and then he like transferred to the Park Hyatt here. So I just came up here to visit him, and then just tried out a bunch of restaurants, went on like architecture boat tour and stuff.
You gotta.
Yep. Yeah. And I just loved it. So I was like, I want to move here. So then I did like 3 months later after that.
Makes sense because you know someone here, but is there any part of you that wanted to get out of the hotel kind of area?
Definitely. So during my time, or like right before I left Hyatt, I was actually doing the overnight baking. Yeah. So I would go in at like 3 a.m. I would work like 3 to 11. And it was good. And that was like bread stuff. So that's when I got like a lot of, experience with doing breads, and then it was just like setting up for like the buffet in the morning and all of that. And then at the same time, for like 2 months, I was also working at a restaurant in the evenings. So I had a second job.
Wow.
So I would do overnights at the hotel from 3 to 11.
3 p.m. to 11 or 3 a.m. to 11 a.m.
3 a.m. to 11.
Oh, okay. And then 2 days out of the week, you would also pick up an evening shift at a restaurant.
Yeah.
Doing pastries again?
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
That's when I started working there too at the Ravenous Pig in Orlando. That's when I really found out that I wanted to do restaurant pastries, because I was like, this is awesome. Like the culture is just way different versus like hotel versus restaurant, faster pace. We were doing like a little bit more upscale desserts there too. But yeah, so I was working a lot, but I was also like 20, so
you had the ability to work a lot.
Yeah.
Were you commuting from home?
No, I was living in Orlando at the time. Yeah,
okay.
So
was there an aspect of like needing to cover rent and things like that?
A bit, yeah, and just trying to like save up money too to move here.
Yeah. Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
Did you know anyone besides your friend at the Hyatt when you moved to Chicago?
I knew one other person, but she actually lived in the suburbs at the time.
Okay.
So it was, just pretty much just me. On here
and then
on my own.
This entire time, were your parents very supportive of this? First of all, the leap into culinary, and then second, this leap into Chicago.
Yeah, my parents have always been like super supportive of everything that I've done. It's amazing, thankfully.
Yeah.
But yeah, and even like I came up here to stage at Girl and the Goat, and then after I like got the job and they offered me the job, I moved here 2 weeks later. So I like told my mom, I was like, I'm gonna move to Chicago in 2 weeks.
Was this 2015 or 2016?
2015.
2015.
Yeah, November 2015.
Girl on the Go is hot.
Yes.
West Loop was just picking up at that point.
Yeah.
That's awesome. What a time. Did you have your eye on any other restaurants, or was this the one?
Yeah, that was the one. I've been following Stephanie since before I even moved here, just like on Instagram and stuff. And then I was like, this is where I want to work. It also had like a same vibe as like the Ravenous Pig a little bit. So I was like, oh, I love this. So.
What was your first? What was the first thing that brought Stephanie into your purview?
Just like I just loved all of like the crazy stuff that she would do with.
So it's just social media, or like did you get to go get dinner when you first came here?
No, I didn't get dinner until I like actually moved here. Was the first time having like actual dinner.
That's wild. Besides the Hyatt, like, did you experience any other restaurants at like when does one realize that Chicago is actually a great food city?
Yeah. When I first visited, we went to the Purple Pig,
Oh.
and this was in 2015. So when it was back in that like
no relation to the Ravenous Pig.
Yeah, I know. I just love pigs. No, but yeah, this was in 2015 too. Okay. Like back in when Purple Pig had like their old location, and I haven't been back in a really long time. But
the one on Michigan Avenue.
Yeah.
Okay.
But at the time, like, it was great. So that was kind of like, okay, I think the food is really good here. So just the one place.
What was the stage like? Did you get to, as you're doing now, work alongside Stephanie? It's like, what was that stage like? Yeah,
she wasn't really there. She was there, but she was kind of just like come and go. But like there was other people like expoing on the line and everything. But it was fun. I like got there. I think my stage started at like 10 a.m. or something. Mm-hmm. So I got there and then started doing like some prep work with one of the other pastry cooks, just making like basic stuff. And then I got to be there during service too, which was really fun to see. It's actually funny. They have like a bread station, or they used to. I don't even know if they still do, but they have like a bread station in the middle of the line. And the line is like, I feel like it's like 50 feet long. Wow. It's like so long. But the bread station is like right in the middle. And it's kind of like a communal station where like if you're not busy, then you do the bread, which is basically just like slicing it and putting the butter in ramekins and then putting it on the pass. But so it was a communal station. So I, as the stage, that was kind of like my station. So, but it was really intense. And it was just cool, like just seeing the whole place like run like that. And
like a well-oiled machine.
Yeah, very much.
What do you tell yourself to overcome the nerves, if you had any nerves?
My main thing is just kind of like act like I know what I'm doing, even if I don't. And also just like asking questions too, and just like being upfront. Okay. Being like, hey, what do I do?
Yeah. Were questions appreciated?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because oftentimes we fall to the level of our training. So, but if you remind yourself that you have this fundamental training under your belt, you should be fine, right?
Yep.
Okay. Well, how was your time at Girl and the Goat then? And were you a pastry cook there as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I started as a pastry cook, and then at the end of my time there, I was the pastry sous chef. So I was the pastry sous chef for Girl and the Goat, Little Goat, and Duck Goat.
Did you ever, I don't know if your paths crossed, meet Sarah?
Yeah.
You do?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Yeah, I know. I watched her
Ice Cream
episode.
Girl.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
great.
Yeah. Yeah, she's amazing. Yeah. So she started working there probably like 4 months before I left.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was definitely like a short crossover, but yeah, we did work together.
Oh, good for you guys.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm sure Stephanie's so proud of like everyone that's come through the doors and just has launched their own thing.
Yeah. I'm still like so obsessed with all of the goat restaurants. And every time I go to I go to Cabra a lot because I love Cabra, but everyone there is just always just like showing love, and it's just like amazing vibes.
Okay. When did you feel, as you were Sue, ready to kind of take the next leap?
Towards the end of the time there, just I kind of wanted to just like explore like other restaurants, and then kind of.
Did you have the bandwidth in your free time to explore, like just personally explore other restaurants?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I spent a lot of time just trying out other restaurants a lot. When I worked there, I worked in the mornings, so like
nice.
8 to 5 or whatever. So it was like I had a pretty good work-life balance there. So I got to go and like try every restaurant. I lived like on the west side at the time, so I went to like all of the West Loop restaurants, especially working for Boka Group too with the discount. It was really nice.
Okay.
So.
Did your perspective on pastries change at all through these experiences?
A little bit, yeah. I've always just kind of been like a big advocate for just like the pastry, like just tasting good. Like I don't need like all this frou-frou stuff on it, this and that. And Stephanie is really big on that too. Just like good flavor, texture, and that's like kind of all you need. Like you don't need like a perfect quenelle on like every single dessert type thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So fundamentals.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you get? Does everyone, as large as the goat empire is, like, does everyone feel like there's, if this is important to Steph, like enough face time with Steph to feel like you continue to be a part of something bigger than yourself?
At the time, when I was there, for sure.
Okay.
She was there every day,
Wow.
day and night. I will never forget. We worked, or I opened Duck, and she was on the line working like the walk station, 9 months pregnant.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So it's crazy. So, I mean, you got to give it up to her. I don't know now because she has like the other restaurants in LA and stuff now too. But I'm pretty sure she's still probably there all the time.
Yeah. It makes you wonder, and they do a lot of charity work as well. It makes you wonder, you see other people's like trajectory and their path and does that, I'm sure that clarifies like what you might want for yourself. And it's been a recent thing for me to start thinking about what's enough. And at what point is the amount of work that you're putting in kind of negligible as far as returns go? And returns in the sense of, you might come to a point where like you find more meaning through spending time with your friends and family, or whatever I want to do. And so there's this opportunity to continue growing something, and generating more revenue, but at what cost? There's always like a trade-off.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I'm really big on the work-life balance thing.
Yeah.
I mean, Mike and I, our goal is to have like multiple locations eventually. But it's definitely going to be a lot of like delegation, and just kind of handing it off to people, but also like keeping control. But, like we have like this amazing front of house manager, Beth, who's been with us like since we opened. And it's like, we're just really big on like growing people with the company. So like eventually like she'll probably get to like a regional manager
Yeah, so
position
promote from
or
within.
beyond that. Yeah. So that's kind of the goal. But definitely knowing when to take a step back and be
Sure.
like, okay, like maybe I don't need to do the overnight baking today.
I know.
You know?
In like the pandemic woke a lot of people up in terms of like, why am I putting this much work for someone else?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go start my own thing.
Right.
And there's multiple perspectives to that in the sense of not everyone is cut out to be an entrepreneur as well. And it's as romanticized as it is on like social media and this hustle culture, there's so much on the back end that isn't shown that would, if you would have known, it might discourage someone from pursuing this path. And
Definitely.
you end up doing roles that are so far removed from typically the creative process that brought you there in the first place.
Yeah. Yeah. I've definitely felt that. Thankfully now we have like a team of like 40 people
Wow.
for both shops. But at the beginning, yeah, I was just like doing everything. It also helps that my husband, he doesn't come from the restaurant industry. He's an architect. So he just worked like a office job essentially. So he is really helpful with like the admin stuff and like the taxes and like also the construction of the new shops.
Yeah.
So it's really nice having him there as a partner because there's no way that I could do it. He also does like some hiring and stuff too. I always joke, I'm like, I just make the bagels. Like, I don't know. But it's definitely more than that. But he does like a lot. Literally, like the bagel shops would not exist if it wasn't for him. So
Do you guys draw a hard line? And there's no right or wrong answer to this, but like, is there a time where it's shut off, where it's like, we've been around each other all day, we're at work, how do we shut that off?
I wish there was.
Okay.
No, yeah, it's like 24/7. It's fine. There's just sometimes, like a lot of times I'd kind of just like want to like vent about stuff.
Yeah.
And he, like I was saying earlier, he's very much like, okay, well, this is the solution. We got to do this, that, and blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, well,
Like you just wanted to listen?
yeah, not even listen, but just like, I don't need a solution right now. Like
Yeah,
I'm literally
yeah.
just like talking.
Yeah.
So,
Sure.
but it's fine. Yeah.
That's awesome. I love to hear that.
Yeah.
And do you think he feels the same way?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, it's always just like, everything's going great. Like it's
It
fine.
is.
Yeah.
So I think before my first time trying you guys out, I it's not too far from here, at least the south of one on Balbo.
Yeah.
There was like almost a line around the block. And would you attribute that largely due to Columbia College?
Honestly, for the South Loop location, the South Loop or that location specifically is like, so like people do not even realize how many tourists are in that
Oh, really?
area. Yeah. We get like, it's mostly tourists who come into that location
Oh.
because the Hilton is right there. And then there's also the Blackstone, just like a couple blocks up.
Oh, that's a pretty venue.
Yeah.
Blackstone, yeah.
So, and then like McCormick Place, we get people from
Yeah.
there too.
But it's still kind of like you have to know about it.
Yeah. Yeah. And then also, Columbia's students too, during the school year, weekdays, they're great. And then also Jones Prep High School.
Yeah.
They are really lucky and get like off-campus lunch.
Nice.
I guess that's like a city thing. I don't know.
The chicken Caesar sandwich is amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah, they come in all the time, like during the week.
Wow.
And, but yeah, we have had a line out the door at that location every single weekend that we've been open.
Amazing.
Thank you.
It's amazing. It's a testament to like how long is someone willing to wait in a line for it. Justin from Del Sur recently contributed to WBEZ about how he himself would not wait in 45 minutes of a line to consume his own pastries. And I wonder if there's like a sweet spot of getting to do what you want to do, but having a consistent flow.
Yeah.
You know, like how do we thank, I don't know, is there any other way to thank besides putting out exceptional bagels? You know, it's like gratitude, I guess. But how do we help people feel this gratitude?
Yeah, I mean, we're also really big on like customer service too.
Yeah.
So we always just try to make it like a really great experience whenever everyone comes into the shop. Also, like, I mean, we are like quick service, and it is quick. So
it is, yeah.
we do have like a line, but it does like move pretty fast. We try to get every order out under like 5 minutes.
Okay.
When it's really busy, and then if it's not busy at all, like under like 2 minutes.
Wow.
So we're really like big on that, just like the speed. A lot of people are trying to like go to work in the mornings too, so no one wants to wait like 20 minutes.
Could you put an order in advance?
Yeah, we do have online ordering too, but sometimes, especially on the weekends, it's faster if you just come in line and like order in store. Yeah. We have like limiters on our online ordering. So like it'll be like a certain time to pick it up, like in an hour from now or whatever, to kind of like control it. We use Toast POS system, and they're like not the best with like online ordering like times. Yeah. So
the line per se is like probably my only gripe with New York Bagel and Bialy.
Oh yeah.
Is like there's one line, and some people are getting sandwiches, and some people literally just want one bagel.
Yeah.
And they probably have like 1 or 2 people behind the line. It's just like, oh, this is not moving.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I think I went there. I've been there like a few times, but I went there and I did wait a very long time for like a sausage, egg, and cheese. It's fine. I mean, I don't really mind waiting.
Yeah.
But just, I know.
You know, I guess that's an analogy to learning how to be bored again.
Yeah.
Just wait. Just enjoy the line. I don't know.
Exactly. Yeah. Just like enjoy the day, especially if it's nice out. Like, you know, just enjoy being outside. You know.
Yeah. At this point, do you see familiar faces all the way back to like the farmers market days?
Oh yeah, especially at the South Loop location. There's this one guy, Brian Krob. Shout out. He's like my number one customer. He probably won't watch this because he's like this older guy. But he has been ordering from me since even before the farmers markets.
Okay.
So I used to make them out of my house and just like deliver them onto the corner for people. I made them out of my house for like a bit.
Pandemic times?
Yeah, pandemic times.
Wow.
And then I eventually moved to like a shared kitchen, but I still was delivering them to the corner for people. And he has been ordering from me since we started our website. So back in like 2020.
Was it social media? Like how does one stumble on your work in the pandemic?
So Facebook was like a huge thing for me. Facebook groups, all the moms,
the neighborhood ones.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
All the moms on Facebook groups. The South Loop one has like an amazing following, so I like posted on there.
It does.
Yeah, it has like I think like 20,000 or something followers.
Have you been to Oliver's?
Oh yeah, I love Oliver's.
Great.
So good.
And there was a recent article that I didn't even know Jason, took on the Alinea role. That's amazing.
Yeah.
There's a renaissance in South Loop then, because there was a point where I thought South Loop was kind of a ghost town in the sense of it was all high rises and condos and not too many places to chill and hang out and eat in. Yeah,
I mean, before we found this spot that we're in, we wanted to open in the South Loop, like regardless, but the spaces there are so expensive for rent, and then they're also like huge, like 2,000 plus square feet. Like our current shop is like 1,400 square feet.
Okay.
So, and just like the price is like insane.
Yeah. What do you like? Are you like, how many bagels do I have to sell? Like how many?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Again, that's like what Mike is for. He's always the one like doing the configuring.
And what about that aha moment of like, Hannah, I think we can do this?
Yeah. I mean, once we started the farmers market in the South Loop, and we had like a line every single weekend. that was like
to the point where you got put to the corner.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Where they kicked us to the corner.
Was it South Loop Farmers Market? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The Saturday one. They did one on Saturdays and Thursdays. But yeah, the Saturday one, we would have a line every single time. And that was like Mike's kind of like aha moment for sure. Like, oh, like I think we need to get a shop. So.
Did that come from, like, was there a core group that came from the pandemic times?
Yeah,
okay.
Definitely.
Did they share what is it, a specific bagel, or they were all crushing it? Did you have like 7 or 8 at the time?
Yeah, so we would do like a limited menu. It was just kind of like our most popular ones. But everyone would just come to get like every single kind, really. We would do, towards the end of my farmer's market time, I would do like a special bagel too. That's when I like started the pizza bagel. And then that's when the cacio e pepe bagel, which is on the menu forever now. But that's when I like started that one just kind of like as a special. And then I was like, okay, I guess people like this one a lot.
Was that reminiscent of your Florence times at all? Or?
A little bit, yeah. Yeah, it's so good.
Were you experimenting? Like, so share like with the Chicago bagel, it's like it's sourdough base, and then it's not, you're not importing New York water or anything like that.
No.
Where you're carving your own path in the bagel scene.
Yeah.
We're not trying to replicate New York bagels.
Yep.
But with Chicago bagels, is there kind of like a crispy outside with a softer inside?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like crispy on the outside, and then the inside is like very fluffy. Like so it's not, and like kind of a little airy too. So it's not very much like a New York bagel where it's like super dense, like all the way throughout. And then also just like a bunch of toppings on it too. So we put like everything seeds on like the top and bottom of the bagels. Like we roll them in the seeds. We go through so many sesame seeds, it's ridiculous.
So it's not just on top, but it's in the dough.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we like take the bagels out of the water and kind of like shake them off, and then like just dump them into like a vat of like seeds.
Wow.
And then just like kind of toss them in it, top and bottom, and then
which is extra compared to other shops then.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of people just kind of like sprinkle them on top, or they just like take them from the water and then just dunk the tops of them in the seeds.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, why don't you just flip it over and get the bottom too? But it's okay. Seeds are expensive, so I definitely get it. Seeds are super expensive.
Okay.
Yeah, but.
Huh. And were you experimental with spreads as well back in the day?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's where a lot of the cream cheeses kind of originated from, that we still have on the menu, like our core ones, like caramelized onion, jalapeno. With the jalapeno, we use like fresh and pickled in there.
Okay. I think I did that on the cheddar bagel, or either that or the cacio e pepe one.
Yeah,
that was really good.
Yeah, jalapeno cheddar is like the number one. But then throughout the farmers markets too, I would kind of experiment with other cream cheeses, like the chive and bacon that's on the menu now completely. And then honey vanilla has been on the menu since the beginning, as well as a blueberry. So like I said, I loved blueberry cream cheese growing up, so I always had to have a blueberry on there.
And these are all flavors that you personally want.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? And it just happens to be liked by other people.
Right. The blueberry is definitely the least popular, but it's fine.
Sadly. Oh my goodness. Were there any surprises to you?
Honestly, the sun-dried tomato, which is kind of a new one.
I think I had that with the chicken Caesar.
Okay, yeah,
that was good.
So good. We did they suggest that to you?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's
Everyone's super nice.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, the sun-dried tomato, we did that one as just like a seasonal cream cheese, like a short term, and then people were obsessed with it. So we actually we used to have a spinach cream cheese on the menu. We got rid of that and replaced it with sun-dried tomato, and it does way better than the spinach. So
I wonder if there are any that sound off-putting but are actually really good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think of some that I've done. When we first opened, I did like a peaches and olive oil cream cheese.
Oh, wow.
And that one wasn't popular at all, but it was really good. So.
Yeah, I mean, Sarah does this too with a few of her flavors, but they work out.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like, when you think of these flavors or coming up, like, let's say with a new spread, are you considering the current lineup of bagels that you have and like how many of these would pair well?
Exactly. Yeah. Like for example, we only have for sweet bagels, we have blueberry and cinnamon. So, or if it's happens to be a week where we have a sweet bagel of the week, then it'll go with that. So we don't really do a lot of like seasonal sweet cream cheeses because they don't really go with most of the bagels. Especially we don't have like a sweet sandwich option either yet. We will eventually.
That sounds interesting.
But that's another thing too. We also want a seasonal one to go with the sandwiches.
Is there, I know you're always open to suggestions. Is there like an official form that people fill out for suggestions?
No, just my Instagram DMs. No, it's funny. This week for the bagel of the week, we're doing like a chocolate chip pancake bagel.
Oh, nice.
So it's like chocolate chips and then like a maple toffee topping. But I feel like once a day I get a DM about put chocolate chip on the menu, blah, 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 like all the time.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because I used to have chocolate chip on the menu like a while ago, like before the farmer's market, and no one ordered it.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, this was like when I was just taking
starting,
orders.
yeah, so it's a different time.
But we've done chocolate chip for bagels of the week like a
And
few times, and it's just not that popular. I'm sorry.
So do you tell these individuals, like, are you going to come out? Are you coming out?
I know, yeah. I know. I posted on Instagram today for the bagel of the week, and I was like, attention, chocolate chip lovers, like, please come out. No, it's crazy. Just the sweet bagels in general are just not as popular as, like, all of the other ones. And it's fine, but...
Yeah. We kind of skipped your time at Boka. I know, like, so and I don't know if you ever bumped shoulders with Anna Thorne.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't seen Anna in so
her.
long. I
Yes.
met her. She took the class years ago, and I think she's crushing it now at a different place now. But what was your time at Boka like, and how formative was it?
It was good. It was. I learned a lot there about fine dining for one, and because Michelin star, and then also high volume. Boka is very interesting.
When you say fine dining,
yeah.
What aspects of it kind of popped out at you?
Just plating.
Okay.
We would do like very classic French style plating, kind of what I was talking about earlier with like the quenelles and stuff. So it was a good experience with all of that. And then just French desserts, like cakes and stuff, like for the composed dishes. Also breads, because we have like a bread service there. But Boka is interesting because it's, fine dining, like very nice food, obviously, but also extremely high volume. So it's not like we ever had like 15 covers tonight or whatever. Like we had like 200 covers every night. Like,
yeah.
Like we would do restaurant week and like it would be insane.
So how to muster up the drive and the energy to operate at like the top, percent.
Yeah.
At volume.
Right.
Okay.
So very, impressive. Yeah. Towards the end of my time there, that's when I was like working like 1 million hours. So I definitely...
Did you have a second job as well, or just 1 million hours at Boka?
Yeah, just 1 million hours at Boka.
Wow.
So I was the pastry sous chef there. And it was good, but it was just a lot, and I definitely experienced like burnout.
Okay.
So
was it a different type of culture? Something we can't teach when we're hiring is like someone to care, right? I can't teach you to care. I can't teach you to be a good person or a good human. Yeah. Places like the Goat Empire as well as Boka seem to attract people that care.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Everyone there cares a lot. And everyone there is just like a workhorse. And like that was the time where me and Mike were like working like completely opposite schedules. And then I was just working like a lot to begin with. So it just kind of like not really like fell off, but it just like
Yeah.
definitely burned out for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then if we were to just connect the dots with the pandemic, were you baking anything else besides bagels at the time, just for yourself and maybe for your neighbors or friends around you?
Yeah, I was just doing bagels.
Just bagels.
Yeah.
Just as an homage to what your childhood,
Yeah. So actually, I used to make the bagels for staff meal at Boka.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I've had this recipe since I worked at Marisol,
Yeah,
which
okay.
was, I worked there between Girl and the Goat and Boka. I like developed the recipe at Marisol, and we had it on the brunch menu there for a bit. And then obviously left Marisol and then started working at Boka. So I've had this recipe forever, and sourdough.
I've never been to Marisol. What was the
Yeah.
do you when I've oftentimes in the kitchen you don't really see the guest reaction unless you do. So like how well received was it, or how aware of the reception were you?
To be honest, I was kind of always in the background there. They have like the restaurant, and then like the kitchen was like all the way snaked around because it's in the museum, you know,
Yeah.
so very much like in the back. But I mean, we kept making them, so I guess people liked them. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What helped you, or what sources of inspiration did you look to create this recipe at Marisol?
Yeah, so I really wanted to use the sourdough. So we were using the sourdough starter for like some danishes and stuff we made for the cafe there in the morning. And then one of the chefs at Marisol was like, oh, I really want to do a bagel. So I just came up with this recipe. I kind of just like took recipes that I found online and then like tweaked certain ones and then added the sourdough to it also. And then here it is now. It's definitely different than it was at Marisol. Like we didn't like roll them in the toppings or anything. We used to like egg wash them. They're kind of like not totally different bagel because it is like the same dough, but like the process was definitely different. We boiled them and stuff, but like the toppings was way different. So then when I started making them for staff meal at Boka, that's when I started experimenting with rolling them in the seeds and stuff. So
How often would you get to make them for staff meal?
I did like 3 times.
Okay.
Yeah. One of the times was for our chef de cuisine at the time. She was getting married, so we did like a little like party for her, and she loves bagels, so I made like a whole bunch for her.
Oh, I love
and
that.
Yeah.
Would you make the spread as well?
Yeah, we would do cream cheeses also. Not the ones that we have like on the menu now, but we would just do like plain or like chive or something.
What did you have a variety of flavors for staff meal?
Yeah, I would just do like everything, poppy, plain, and sesame.
There's a lot that goes into this.
Yeah. Those ones is basically just the toppings. So all the same dough. I started experimenting with the different doughs when I started during the pandemic.
Okay.
Yeah, and that was with the cinnamon dough and then the blueberry dough.
Is it different operating in a personal kitchen versus a commercial kitchen?
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, like
For
space wise, but like temperature wise or humidity wise, is there less under control in a personal kitchen?
A little bit. Yeah, I would say actually it's like a little bit more control in a personal kitchen.
Okay.
Just because, I mean, for one, like it's a smaller space. So, but when I moved to like the shared kitchen, I definitely had to like tweak some things with like the rising of the bagels and stuff. Since I was dealing with like a whole different environment. Even now, with the second location, we're making all of the bagels out of that one location now.
So we still a shared kitchen? You still operate out of a shared kitchen?
No, the Fulton Market shop.
You cook out of that kitchen?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So every morning we have a delivery driver drive the bagels from Fulton Market to South Loop.
Okay.
So we're making all of the bagels at Fulton Market now. And
even what does that mean? In the South Loop one, you won't see people making it?
No. I know.
Does it lose its charm by not having that?
I know. The thing is, we're gonna get an espresso machine.
Okay.
That's gonna go basically in that spot, which people really want. I haven't heard any feedback yet from anyone.
I think you've previously shared part of that charm is seeing the handmadeness, right?
Right.
Okay.
And you can see it at the Fulton Market location.
Okay.
So, but I know, yeah. Me and Mike talked about maybe like, oh, we'll just like make the bagel of the week, like at that location or something. Yeah. But we have overnight bakers, and sometimes overnight bakers call off.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. So then you have to make it on the spot.
Exactly. Oh. So we thought that it would be better to just have them all at one location instead of like two sets of
it's more
overnight
in
bakers.
Your control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or else, because like I can't be like two places at once.
No.
So, but
growing pains.
I know.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, have you noticed now that you have two locations, the lines have gotten the same or stay the same or gotten shorter? Like,
yeah, so far,
you're serving two different demographics now.
Yeah. They've stayed the same. So like
Great.
Last weekend, it was like pretty much the same amount of tickets that the other shop had. So
wow.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. It's also like interesting, in the West Loop, like it's just like a totally different clientele than the South Loop. Just like totally different people, like more like office workers.
Yeah.
Definitely younger crowd.
It's tough. Like parking's tough. Parking's typically tough in both places, but I've actually gotten very lucky every time I've gone to South Loop. Just put the blinkers on and just run in.
Oh yeah.
Whereas Fulton Market is a little rougher. So if you work there or live there, just walk in. Yeah. Tilly's every day.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, parking is ridiculous. I have to take my car a lot just from, sometimes I'm like bringing stuff over from the other shop or this and that. So I like have my car and it's just like really hard to find parking. And then the parking guys, like they'll get you.
Jim Graziano said that as well.
Yeah.
He was the one that brought it up about the renaissance of bagels and I was like, are you, like, I'm going today. You want to go with me? And he's like, I'm just going to hold out to West Loop. I'm like, okay, I got you. I feel you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's funny. He actually came in on over the weekend and brought our staff like a bunch of subs. It was amazing.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
And that being said, I saw a recent reel about how people are leaving West Loop.
Really?
Well, in the sense of like rent and cost of like property is higher in like West Town versus West Loop.
Oh,
People are leaving River North for, kind of like not really the outskirts, but further away from the loop.
Yeah, for sure. I think West Town, I feel like I know like 6 friends who like just bought places like in West Town. Like, yeah.
Despite the rising costs.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Or like right before like the rising costs.
That too, yeah.
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 Crazy.
Okay, very interesting. So with you're a year and a half into the first location, when were you starting to have conversations with Mike about a potential second location?
It was like 6 months in.
Oh, what?
Yeah. I know, it sounds crazy. Yeah, like 6 months in. So when we first opened the South Loop store, it was literally like 5 people. And then after we realized, okay, we cannot be giving people bagels in 30-minute tickets. Like we need to hire more people. So we eventually, like by that 6 months, became like a business of like 15 people. And now we have like 20 on staff over there. But yeah, after the 6 months, when demand was not really slowing down at all. Like even through the winter, it was like weirdly really busy. So we're like, okay, like we need to like keep it going.
Yeah.
So I feel like if you wait like too long and then like years and then open a second location, maybe like the hype is like not really there anymore. So
God. There's always that there's fear on both sides. I think I've heard you say don't expand too quickly either.
Right. So when I say like we started thinking about it in 6 months, that sounds crazy.
Yeah. But thinking is thinking, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, we definitely were slow rolling it. We have realtors who reach out to us like every day.
Like they see the success of the shop and they're like, would you want to expand?
Yeah.
Okay.
All the time.
Okay.
They're like sending us emails like, oh, like this place is whatever. So a lot of that. But we finally decided to like talk to a realtor after a year of the first shop, and then we really started to explore.
What helps a realtor stand out from another?
Mostly like they. This sounds weird, but like know what they're talking about.
Yeah. Okay.
And just like. Mike is an architect, like I said, so he knows a lot, or he has a lot of questions about like the building, like can this sustain like a steam hood type of thing, and like all of these different questions. So it's like a little frustrating when the realtor like doesn't know anything about.
I don't have these questions on a regular basis.
Exactly, that too. But Alan Perales from Gold Street, he's like our realtor for the Fulton Market location. He's like an expert with like restaurant real estate. So he was just amazing. We worked with him for a little bit trying to find a location, and then we settled on this one that we're at right now. But he was just like really helpful working, like talking to the landlord, and like also just knowing answers to questions that Mike is asking and stuff. So,
were there some non-negotiables when you were expanding to the second location?
We just wanted like a bigger spot, mainly.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the main thing.
More seating?
More seating and a bigger kitchen, for sure.
Okay.
The kitchen at the Balbo location is very tiny.
Being shoulder to shoulder with someone can be charming, though.
Yeah, for sure. And the second spot, it's not that much bigger than the first location. It's like 2,000 square feet.
Oh, okay.
The first one's 1,400. Yeah. But that was the main thing, is just like more seating, because we don't really get like complaints at the first shop about it, but it's just like so busy that people really don't sit down.
Was it rain or shine? Like even if it was snowing out?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. But we wanted like more space for one, and then also just to be in a really walkable area also.
Okay.
Foot traffic is like the number one thing, I think, for like any restaurant, to be honest, in Chicago. If you're like in some random spot, like it's just not going to be that busy, so. Yeah,
well, it's definitely a lot easier to double park in West Loop than it is River North.
Yeah.
Were there other specific neighborhoods you were gauging?
Yeah, we definitely were thinking West Loop as the number one, but then also Lakeshore East, that little neighborhood.
Where is that?
So it's by, like the Aqua Tower and like the St. Regis.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Okay. Right by the river then?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right there.
Oh, wow.
So not quite like River North or Streeterville, but like a little south.
Yeah.
There's like a really just like cute little neighborhood community over there. But looking back on it, I'm kind of glad we didn't choose that as the second location. But yeah, we also wanted to explore like Hyde Park too.
Yeah, they're on their own little island over there.
I know. Yeah. But everyone says like the hospital and everything down there is like amazing. So
UFC?
Yeah. For like business. So
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean you want to be in almost every neighborhood, right? You want to be that spread out. But that being said, you personally would like to move out, like kind of be on the outskirts of the city and kind of have more space.
Yeah, for sure.
Does that like create more friction as you kind of plan to expand the business, or you can have both? Yeah,
I think both. Yeah.
Okay. And I know you've previously said like, maybe in Florida, but like,
oh yeah,
but like, what about any other state? It's like across the country.
I don't know. I'm trying to think. I think maybe like Michigan or something, like New Buffalo, which is like an hour away from here, type of thing, or Milwaukee would be cool too. But I think I would love to have a shop in Florida at some point. Probably like 5 years from now or something, but
it's interesting. Like with the whole bagel renaissance, like it's just a testament to build it and they will come. And I think people like myself previously would drive all the way to Skokie for bagels, and now we don't have to.
Right. Yep. No more going to the north side.
No. And so what were some other pain points in the first location that you wanted to mitigate or change with this next opportunity with the second location?
I think the main thing too was just like staffing. Okay. Just making sure we have like a bunch of people off the bat. So like I said, we have 40 employees now through both shops, and there's 20 at one and like 20 at the other. And then a lot of people like cross over. They like work at both locations too. So Beth,
like, is that something that you guys implemented or just something they requested for?
Requested and implemented too, if they're interested. Yeah. So I'm like, oh, you could work at both. But yeah, like Beth, like our front of house manager, she is kind of like the manager for like both locations. Yeah. So she's been working at the Fulton Market one since we've opened so far, just kind of like training everyone up and everything. Everyone there at that location is like brand new. Yeah. So we're really trying to like implement like the South Loop culture.
It's finicky. Culture's finicky. Our barbers, my barbershop, Fernwood, they have two main locations and a small third kind of pop-up location, but they rotate chairs as well amongst the locations. That seems to be very helpful as far as maintaining culture.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, 40's a lot.
Yeah, I know.
Like 20 at one time at each location is a lot. Like with the class, we have 6 people at a time, maybe 35 on the roster, but 6 at a time. And so I definitely admire their willingness to catch up with each other before class starts and things like that. And that's something that becomes out of your control. Yeah. You might initiate opportunities to curate a culture, but they kind of, it becomes kind of like sourdough starter. It just kind of becomes its own thing.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
How was opening day?
It was great. Yeah, it was good. We had my friend, is a DJ, so she was out there DJing, which was really fun. My sister got to come into town. She lives in Florida, so that was nice. And it was busy, and it was good. Thankfully, we have like the systems in place now from the first shop, so we like know what we're doing. We know how the flow goes, and it's basically just like teaching everyone that. For example, like when we opened the South Loop shop, the grand opening day, looking back on it was like a disaster. It would be a disaster today, but it was still fine. Just figuring it all out.
Yeah. When I'm just trying to connect the dots between you and Mike, because I think I have plans to do a build out. Yeah. This place was just new floors and new paint on the wall. What does Mike, I'm sure he shared, but like, what did he have to consider? What does he consider during a build out? Like, how much does that even run you? Do you take the leap of faith in a loan and things like that? Like,
yeah, for both shops we did an SBA loan, which I recommend everyone to do if you can. It's way better than like going through like an investor, this and that.
Because it's like you retain ownership.
Yeah. Okay. Exactly. Yeah. But the main thing he looks for, we do like to go into spaces that it's like a new build. So like both locations, like it was just like a blank slate.
Ooh, rather than a second gen restaurant space.
Right.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. I've heard otherwise.
Yeah. Okay. It's definitely maybe not like the cheapest route. Okay. But you get to do like your own thing. Another thing that I'm not sure if a lot of people know about is tenant improvement allowance, like TIA. Basically, it's like money that the landlord will give you to build out the space. Oh. And we got that for both locations. Yeah. So whenever we're like searching for a new place, we talk to the landlord and we're like, are you offering any TI money? And if they're like, no, then we're like, okay, see ya.
Okay. Did you come across any places that were not triple net?
What does triple net mean again? Sorry.
From my understanding,
Yep.
it's in the sense that you're responsible for a percentage of things like property tax, and I think you're also responsible for your own improvements. So I don't know if how much overlap that there is with the TIA, but
Yeah.
there's more responsibility.
Yeah. So we don't have that. On the first shop, we do have a personal guarantee, though, but not for the second location.
What does that mean? What's a personal guarantee?
So I think if like the business were to like go under, me and Mike personally would be like on the hook for it.
Oh.
Yeah. But it's only for 3 years. So after next year, it should be gone. But
Okay.
yeah, I think it's like something that is done like for new businesses or like people
Sure.
that have like never opened a shop before. So that's why we didn't have to do it for the second location.
Yeah, personal guarantee. So it's
Yeah.
not just the business that's on the hook, it's the people behind
Yeah.
the business.
So yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah. So please keep coming to the shop.
Wow. Is there anything else that we haven't talked about?
I'm trying to think. I think that's it.
I mean,
yeah.
you said you started planning location 2 in 6 months. Like, are
Yeah.
you still just trying to get your footing under the second location?
Yeah, it's definitely hard with the second location. Mike was like, "Oh, like it'll be easier."
It's like it's not exactly copy and paste.
Yeah, but it's just like staffing and just like now with this new thing that we're doing with the bagel deliveries, it's like a whole new thing we're trying to learn.
To the first location, is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. You're not
Yeah.
doing. I remember you saying you didn't do wholesale.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No wholesale, but basically we're doing like wholesale to our other shop.
Yeah. Yeah.
Technically.
Yeah.
Sort of. But yeah, I think after 6 months of this second shop, we'll start thinking about it again. But I'm definitely just kind of trying to like chill now with the 2 shops because it is like a lot.
You know what's interesting though? I think by the time you start considering location number 3, I think you're gonna have that much of a reputation that no matter where you build it, I think people will come.
I hope, yeah.
Where
I hope so.
we're not super reliant on foot traffic, but people just come because this is where Tilly's is.
Yeah, I hope so. Because we're going to be in the South Loop for 10 years and we have a 10-year lease at the Fulton Market
Wow.
one. So that's
Right off the bat, 10 years.
Yeah, that's another thing too about negotiating leases is it'll be less rent if you go for like a longer
Commit.
lease term. So that's what we did for the first one and then this one too.
Personally, did your life flash before your eyes when you said 10 years? Like, where are we going to be at in 10
I
years?
know. I'm like, I'm going to be 40. Oh my God.
Is this something that, just like how you said Steph was 9 months pregnant, I don't know if you're trying to start a family, but like, is this something that you can probably overlap with a potential family?
I think so. Yeah,
Okay.
I hope. I do. I think we do want to have kids like eventually, but I always joke that like these 2 shops are like our children right now.
Okay.
Our children that also like pay our bills.
Yeah. If only my dogs were that way. There are some like doggy social media influencers that do pay their bills.
Yes.
Out there.
Yeah.
That's amazing. If there's nothing else, where can people find you if they're not following you?
So Tilly Bagel on Instagram, Tilly Bagel on TikTok as well. Instagram is the spot though.
Yeah. That being said, like, do you foster a culture where your team is encouraged to document the behind the scenes?
No, not really. I should probably pass it on to
They're
them.
so good at it. I don't know. The team can just be so good at it.
Yeah. I handle all of the social media right
Wow.
now, though. But I really enjoy doing it too. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Hannah, it was a pleasure.
Thank you.
This was awesome.
Yeah, this is great.
West Loop, South Loop, we're very lucky to have you.
Thanks.
I look forward to visiting more again, and thank you for being part of the Bagel Renaissance in Chicago.
Yeah, thank you.
I guess one last thing. Do you have any other, flavors of the week or bagels of the week that you're looking forward to experiment with?
I'm trying to think about what's coming up next, but I can't remember.
Sure.
But chocolate chip this week.
Besides the chocolate chip, is there a fan favorite that people are begging to come back?
Yeah, the chili crisp one.
Oh.
We actually just did it like last week, but people are obsessed with it. They want it to be like a permanent menu. So
See, that's something that you wouldn't think of.
I know. It's like a spicy everything bagel though, so people really like it.
What spread do you put on that?
I love it with the jalapeno because I love.
Oh wow, really spicy.
Yeah, I love spicy anything. Like the spicier the better. Caramelized onion too. Kind of all of them.
Is that homemade chili crisp?
So it's like a mixture of like black sesame seeds, garlic, and red chili flakes, just like mixed together. And then we do like the same process as the everything and like all the other seeded bagels where we like roll it in.
Yeah.
And then in the oven, it gets like really toasty and hot.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
Okay. Hannah, thank you.
Thanks so much.
Thanks everyone for tuning in. Give Hannah and Tilly a big follow on TikTok, Instagram, and all the above. And we'll catch you in the next episode. Bye.